Lesson 4, Unit 4, Organization and Analysis. All project information must be organized in order to allow an effective analysis, synthesis, understanding, and communication. Organizing project information is important because it allows the project team to manage and retain the information more efficiently, communicate information more effectively, recognize the need to further information and discard unneeded information, recognize trends, clusters, and other patterns in the information gathered, and synthesize disparate pieces of information into new knowledge. The organization, storage, and retrieval information are a critical component of information management. A project needs to organize its information to logical, easily understood categories to increase its access and use. By organizing information, the project is able to enforce the standards for the presentation information, relate different pieces of information to one another in meaningful ways, protect information from destruction, and make information available for people to use. Organizing and storing information may be facilitated with application information technology. Projects with significant volumes of information could need to reorganize and unify data from several sources and provide friendly but powerful analysis tools that allow decision makers to search the data for strategic insight so they can discover patterns and opportunities that may be buried in the volumes of project information and data. A taxonomy or classification scheme is a tool for the systematic identification and arrangement of information or records according to a defined logical structure. By defining common methods and rules to organize project information, the organization of the project can improve the effectiveness of information storage and retrieval. It also helps supervisors, managers, support staff, and key stakeholders find and use the right information efficiently and effectively. Information users can better access and use needed information when it's organized in categories and subcategories within a taxonomy. Storing the information is the means by which the information can be recalled later by project stakeholders. There are 5 basic considerations a project needs to take into account when deciding how to store information. The format of the information. The project needs to consider the format and means by which information will be stored, whether in a physical or a digital format. The security of information. The project needs to identify what information is secure and what information is public. The availability of the information. Information needs to be available to its intended user once it has been properly collected and organized. With the adequate measures for security, information should be made available upon request by the authorized personnel. The legal requirement to store information. Governments and donors have legal requirements for the storage of information. And the organization requirement to store the information. This requirement comes from the need to have the knowledge and experience of the project stored for future reference by other projects within or outside the organization. All project information needs to be classified as either private or public. Public information is available to any person, and its contents do not compromise the rights of any beneficiary or person mentioned in the information or the security of the project and the organization. In the case of digital information, the project will need to put measures in place to encrypt the documents or databases to keep outsiders or non-authorized personnel from opening and reading it. In the case of paper documents, a file cabinet with a lock or in a secure room should be considered as appropriate methods. Project document management is defined by the practices and procedures used to create, distribute, and store various types of project documentation. A project needs to define the process by which it will organize its project documents and develop a simple method for its management. To accomplish this objective, the project team will start by defining some basic document management standards. All project documents must be created and stored in an organized fashion, designed for easy access and control. As such, any document management system must address the following standards: how documents are created and placed in the system, access to authorized staff, how documents are reviewed, revised by the team, version control to track changes, document distribution printed or electronic formats, search of documents, and archival of documents for future reference. The document production cycle and workflow provide a structured process by which documents are created, revised, and approved. Since project documents represent tangible proof that the project decisions and strategies are underway, any productive workflow should be designed to ensure that these documents are created in a collaborative manner and distributed for timely approval and acceptance. A basic documentation workflow can be laid out in 5 specific phases: the development of a first draft, the initial reviews and edits, the final revisions and pre-approval versions, the final approval, and the distribution of the document. Information analysis. An important step in the information management lifecycle is the analysis of information. The analysis seeks to make meaning of the information collected, organized, and stored in the system. This is a critical step before reporting information to key stakeholders. Information analysis is driven by questions the project and key stakeholders need to answer. These questions include: is the project on track? Are the activities delivered on time? Are the beneficiaries satisfied with the quality of the outputs? Is the project achieving the expected results? And are there any unexpected consequences? The analysis does not necessarily require the use of complicated information analysis software. It means looking at the information and make comparisons to the questions that you need to answer. For example, if the project manager needs to know if the project is on track, he will look at the project targets and compare them to the actual program performance. The analysis should also be done on a regular basis. This will allow for more opportunities to identify variances and take corrective actions on time. Here are some of the common types of analysis techniques the project manager can use to identify variances in the project performance. Most of the analysis techniques include a comparison between the actual progress and the planned targets. Each of the core areas of project performance has a baseline and specific targets. The project manager can use the analysis technique of comparing actual performance against targets for scope, schedule, budget, the team, beneficiaries, and results. The project manager can add additional areas to the analysis depending on the type of information available. This can include risks, quality, inventory analysis, procurement, and security. Scope analysis is an evaluation to see if the work is being completed as planned. This analysis has a specific focus on quality, ensuring the project deliverables, both products and services, meet the quality standards and satisfy the needs of the beneficiaries. The analysis will also include the analysis of the project assumptions or the conditions that are necessary for the success of the project. Changes in assumptions can have a direct effect on project outcomes. Schedule analysis focus on ensuring the planned activities are completed according to the approved schedule. Any deviations from the plans need to be analyzed to identify the causes for the delays and develop corrective actions. The project manager will use the graphical schedule information such as the Gantt charts and network diagrams to analyze the consequences of the delays and develop alternatives. Budget is an area that receives the most scrutiny during the analysis phase. The project manager will analyze the budget performance and determine if the project is using its financial resources as planned or not. The project manager will analyze the budget reports to compare the planned costs with the actual cost of delivering the planned outputs. The analysis will include forecast analysis to determine if the project will be able to use all the approved budget or identify the need for additional funds. These analyses will be included in the project status reports and donor reports. Team analysis includes the review of the progress made by the team to develop the skills required to perform and the progress they make to complete the project activities. It also includes an analysis of roles and responsibilities to identify any gaps, duplication of efforts, or the need for additional staff in the case the amount of work exceeds the team capacity. The project manager will include analysis of the resources assignment table to determine if all the team members are being allocated to the required amount of work effort and identify if there is a need to balance the work allocations amongst the team. This analysis seeks to understand if the beneficiaries are actively participating in the project, understand their levels of satisfaction with the project deliverables, and identify any problems or concerns. The analysis should include other key stakeholders such as partners. The project manager will analyze the information captured during the monitoring process to identify changes in the number of beneficiaries, changes in their levels of participation in project activities, and changes in their assumptions that sustain the project design. Results analysis. Here, the use of the baseline helps identify the progress the project is making in achieving its planned objectives. The analysis will look at variances between what was planned and the actual performance. The analysis will also include any unexpected results that may occur from the project interventions. Results from this analysis can help improve the project's monitoring and evaluation processes. The project can add additional areas to the analysis depending on the type of information available. This can include analysis of the current risk, analysis of quality processes used by the project, analysis of inventory stock and logistics, analysis of the procurement needs of the project, and analysis of the security and safety conditions and the project locations.